Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door. And I know this is a little early because, we're working on this journal in the videos that I'm doing recently, but I need to go ahead and get it in the shop so that you can grab it and have it for Christmas if you want it for a Christmas gift. So I'm going to go ahead and do this video, do a flip through of this journal along with two other ones that I have finished. These are my final Farmhouse Christmas journals for the season. So if you want a Farmhouse Christmas journal, grab it while you can, because I'm not making any more for this Christmas. And I'm ready to move into some other things. So I've had so much fun doing these, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. And so let's just get started. I'll go ahead and start with smallest to largest. So I'm just going to do quick flip throughs of each journal so that you can see what is in them. So this one is a folio journal. I know I have some people who love the folio journals, so I was trying to make a variety. So this one, I used this vintage button card with the red buttons on here as the closure. So you want to be careful with this because it's just attached, the buttons, they're just attached to the card. And as you can see, there's one missing. I like the look at that. It gives it more of a vintage feel. So you just wrap this around your little buttons, and then it wraps around the journal. And as you can see, I've used my Christmas Farmhouse kit, or some of the elements of the kit in this journal. So just trying to make sure you can see okay. All right, so we open up the journal, and I've put some fun vintage ephemera in here. I wanted to give you something to play with in your journal, but also something to bring some nostalgia to you. So this is a little pocket here with just a couple of little ephemera pieces tucked in the little Farm Fresh pocket here, and then it's a pocket here, and I'll go ahead and show you what's in the pocket. A Merry Christmas card from me, and then you get a couple of the pieces from the Christmas Farmhouse kit that I didn't use, so I just put the extras in here. Then you get one of these. This is actually from, it's an original from my Farmhouse collage kit, the Christmas collage kit from last year, that I scanned in for y'all. So you can just put this on the page. You can make it a pocket in behind, and then you have a little secret journaling spot in there, and then you just tuck it back in. Then I gave you one of the cute little Christmas images that I had in my stash. This is a very vintage check. It is from 1930, I think is what the date says. Show you a little closer. And I love the way they punched them back then. Super cute. So you get a vintage check, and I love even the stamping and the markings on the back. And then you get a vintage railroad type ledger. It's like a debit credit sheet. This one's from I believe that says 24. It could say 04, 24, 14, or 34. Not real sure because it's kind of hard to read the handwriting, but let me see. It's 1924 because you have some more ledgers on the inside. So you actually get 2 extra ledgers on the inside. And y'all, look how fun. Did you see these vintage staples? Let's see if my camera will focus on them. I'm absolutely in love with the rusted vintage staples. So you get that in that pocket. I have to move a little quicker, huh? Okay, and I didn't do much embellishments inside the journal simply because you have all the goodies in here. This can be a little pocket or belly band. This is some vintage wrapping paper. These are some prints that didn't make it into my digital kits this year. They might next year, who knows. Got some ledger paper. This is another print that didn't make it. It didn't make the cut. This is some really thin vintage, almost like onion paper, but a little bit thicker. It's really fun paper. This is another one that didn't make it the cut. Got some doilies in here. And then you have little jingle bells in the center of the signature. So I'm not going to go through the other half of the signature because it's basically the same as the front half. I'm trying to remember how many pages. I believe it's like 74, 76 writing surfaces. There's 19 pages in the signature. So I've put 19 pages in. That doesn't include the little wrapping paper pieces or the doilies. So it should give you around approximately 75 writing surfaces. Okay, in the back pocket here, I just have some extra little scrap pieces of papers that you can play with in your journal. Just thought I'd give you some matching papers. So you have a few of those. And then this is some vintage ribbon that I thought was super cute. And it's not particularly Christmas, but I think you could make it go with it. Just like this. This is a vintage playing card. And on some of my digitals, I have this little dog or something similar. You have a little die cut. This is a little piece that I die cut a shape out of. And I think these are really fun to make cards or pockets. So I thought I would include that in here for you to play with. Then you also get a piece of fabric washi, and this is all different pieces of fabric that my sweet friend Debbie made and gifted to me, and so I'm sharing a piece of it in this journal. And then you have another, this is like this is a blank account ledger from the Norwood and Lawrence Railroad Company, again with those really old staples and some of original handwriting on there. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the patina on this is super fun. And as you can tell, it's from the early 1920s because it's 192 for the date. So that was kind of the decade that they were using that. And then you get a piece of this really thin vellum that I've printed out like a French ledger on, and I just thought that was so much fun. So then it looks really aged. So that gives you something to play with in your journal. And on both of the inside pockets, I left the side of them open so you can stuff a little bit more goodies in there. Okay, now to the back, which is the folio portion. And of course you have my card and I will sign it. Let me just do that. Okay, I've signed it and dated it. And you just have a couple of little journaling cards in that pocket just to show you that it's a pocket. And this is a pocket too. So you have a little bit, well, maybe I didn't make that a pocket. Maybe I glued it. I was thinking about making it a pocket, and I think I remember now that I forgot to make it a pocket. So I didn't put a pocket here just simply because I didn't want to increase the bulk, but you can put a pocket, you can put a belly band, either horizontal or vertical. You can put a side pocket, whatever you want to put there. Inside, we have this fun little farm bag, little sack, and it's a pocket in behind. So in the pocket, you have a gorgeous coffee dyed envelope with some die cuts in there for you to play with in your journal. There's this cool little piece. This was a piece that I cut from some of that Tim Holtz paper when I was making the file folders for a folio journal, and I just thought this would make a cool little pocket in your journal, you know, so you can make it like a little tuck in there if you wanted to. So I included that just as something a little fun to play with. Inside the pocket, you have some vintage dictionary pages. And then in this pocket here, you have some vintage goodies. These are some vintage ads that I found on Pinterest. And I had printed them out on sticker paper, so I left a little tab of the sticker there just to make it a little easier for you to peel it. You have a journaling card here. Inside this little sack, you have some little ephemera goodies and some journaling cards and things to play with. Here's another one of those vintage ads that I printed on sticker paper. And then you have this seed pack envelope with the little picture of the little girl inside, and it's removable. It's not stuck down or anything. Okay, so you have that, and I left the top of this pocket open again so you could tuck more stuff in there. It just makes it a little looser of a pocket for you to be able to hold your goodies. And this pocket is open on the side here, and you have this very vintage bill of sale for a car, and it was from 1925. And I love how patinaed it is, and I love that it's ripped and tattered. I just think that's so much fun. You could use it for collage, or you can scan it in, whatever you'd like to do. But I just thought it would be something really fun to play with in your journal. So I've included that. Get that tucked back in there. And then you have one of those handwritten vintage recipes that I found in the front of that book. A little journaling card. This is such a cute little tally card that my sweet friend sent to me. I absolutely love it. I love the colors and everything. Super cute. And then this is a little seed pack or a coin envelope. Nothing in it, but it's super cute. My sweet friend Debbie decorated it and sent them to me, and so I thought the red would go well in a Christmas journal. So that is the folio journal, and you'll find it in the shop just by looking for the folio journal. And then what else? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit quicker just simply because time's sake. This is a trifold folio journal. So like the other ones that I did this with the Christmas Farmhouse kit. So you have the tied signatures there, and on these I put some of those wonderful gold wooden beads that my friend Sarah sent to me. And then I left the back. These are the Reader's Digest books because I love this print. I think it's so pretty and it goes really well with the Christmas theme, so I left that like it was. Okay. In the very front, you have a pocket here with some vintage goodies, one of those vintage ledgers. This is a vintage stamp, like a top value stamps page. A little game card. I think that's a bridge scorecard in there. I'm not going to take everything out just for time's sake. And it takes me a minute with my fiddly fingers to get things back in there. And then a scripture card. Okay, I'm just going to do a really, really quick flip through of these because they're basic signatures with really pretty papers in them. And I got a little fat on these signatures. I think I have 20 pages per signature. So I only put 2 signatures in here. They are stitched together before I slid them through the twine binding. So they're good and secure. And they have some of the lined pages from the Christmas Farmhouse kit too. That's the center of that signature. For the center signature, you know, because I have 3 signatures tied in, you know, so that you can put 3 signatures in here. But I put a file folder in there. So you get a vintage time card or a vintage style time card. Get a little tag, a scripture. This is a very vintage little postcard here from, I guess 1919. I think, not real sure, but that's what I would assume. Yeah, 1919. So really fun, good patina on that. And then you have the guest check in behind there. If I can get this in here. And what I may do the ring binder journal. I'll probably do it in a separate video just so this video doesn't get too long. This is a very vintage quitclaim deed. It's got the little rusted paper clip holding it together. Let me see if I can find a date on here. I love the paper that it's on. It's on like onion skin paper. Really cool. Okay. I think it's 1932 is the date on here. 31 or 32. So super fun little vintage piece there. And then in this side of the folder you have a little claims check, a scripture. This is from a very vintage little address book. And I love the graph paper and the patina that it has. And then you have the little library card and some goodies in there. Okay. And then this is supposed to go in here. I didn't have enough room in the folders, but I wanted you to have these things in the journal. So I just tucked them in. Okay, so this is the second signature. Again, fun papers, some of the Christmas digital kit from both this year and last year. This is from last year. This is one that didn't make the cut, but I still loved it, and so I put it in here. So just a really quick flip through of this one. I love the torn edges on that page. Okay, that's the center of your signature. Oh, and I meant to tie on jingle bells, so there will be jingle bells tied onto both of the signatures so that you can have those. All right, and then I didn't put a pocket here because it helped it to lay a little more flat when I didn't have a pocket there. So I just kind of left that, and you can, I'm just going to leave it as an open option for you, but I also had a hard time covering this up. I just thought it was super cute. But you could put a belly band across there if you wanted to put something there. Okay, and then you open it up this way. You make sure it's still in frame. Okay, you have your 3 folders. You have a pocket here, and then of course a little notebook here. It's got the rusted paper clip on it, and the reason I did that is because I put some things in here. This is a very vintage ledger, just little pieces of that vintage ledger, and then here's some vintage ledgers, some music, just different little pieces for you to play with or write on. Whatever you want to do with them, but I left it so that you could take this paper clip off. I didn't want to glue this down, so it will actually flip up, and you can actually pull these pieces off and use them in collage or in the journal, however you'd like. So I just kind of wanted to leave that option open for you. All right, so in the first folder, you have one of those cool little seed packs, just a little journaling card there. This is from a very vintage, early 1900s little, it was a little notebook that this little guy was taking his school notes in. So I thought it was super cool to add a little piece of that in there. Very vintage check. This one is from the early 1900s. I'm not going to pull it. Well, I guess I am. Okay. Oh, no, this one's from 1885. So really, really old check that you get there. And then a little flashcard. And basically, the easiest way to get this in the pocket is to slide it in with the flashcard in behind it. And that way you support the paper check and don't rip it. So I will get that in there better later. And then on this side you have a vintage Rolodex card, a little seed packet, a scripture, and then a little alterations tag. In your second folder you have some vintage goodies as well. These are those vintage glassine envelopes from 1958 that I thought were super fun. A little ticket and a tag, a scripture, and some more tags tucked in there. I don't think this will fit in the pocket. So you have this little recipe card from 1971, and then a time card that's been coffee dyed. In this side you have a Yahtzee scorecard that's from the 1950s. I can't remember what year, and I'm not going to pull it out to look, but the year is on there though. And then this is a very vintage little photo sleeve envelope, and it has a negative in there. So I thought this would be super fun to add in as a little piece of fun vintage ephemera for whoever gets this journal. And then in the last folder, you have another one of those negatives. That little boy looks super cute. And then you have a scripture here. This is a piece from a very vintage little lined notebook, and I just thought it would be super fun to have that patina. And then you have a flashcard back there. So again, it's easier if you put something that's a little more sturdy with whatever paper you're trying to scoot in there. One of the tan colored seed packs. You get some tickets, a vintage library catalog card. This is some coffee dyed jelly paper that I thought you could have fun with in your journal with. And then over here I just put a couple of little extra pieces of scraps, a tag, a layaway tag, and then another tag there. So that is the Trifold journal from Reader's Digest. So I think I am going to go ahead and end this video here so that it's just not super duper long and you know, you get bored with it and all that good stuff. So anyways, if you would like to have either one of these journals, when you see this video, they are in my shop, okay? And they'll be ready for you to go grab them, and I wish you good luck. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see the little pop-ups in the video here that you can just click on and make life easy for you. Don't forget to click the notification bell if you want to see more of my videos, and have fun with me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Big hugs.